Hey, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother Allah from GMS London Camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Kodash, and double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone. Blessings to the hopeful ones and sincere elect, Bachoyah Kadash, that's the holy elect, Baha Razar, in and around the four winds, man. Just a quick highlight on this article here with the headline regarding the BRICS nations and BlackRock, which is an agency that deals with all these different weaponries and so on and so forth, the artillery of Americas and all that, selling it ashore. It says it secretly prepares for US dollar to collapse, and that de-dollarization is on its way, man. The collapse of the US dollar, that is on is rising, because they're constantly printing more and more of them FRN notes that has no intrinsic value and it's backed by nothing. That paperback system, man. And this is why ultimately these devils want to get rid of this paperback system, and they want to introduce a whole digitalized financial system. The image of the beast, and the mark of that beast is the C-HIP technology, which is going to be used for access, for people that integrated into that new society, the new world draconian order. And the only way you're going to be able to function and buy and sell is by having that, that biometric device in your forehead or in your right hand and your left hand. So this is basically a slow demolition of the US dollar, crippling this society, crippling this financial system, because these are wicked elite got the something called the Great Reset that they got on their minds as part, basically, aka the New World Order, the Fourth Industrial Revolution, whatever they want to call it, man. Bare different names, but basically that's what they want to bring in, man. And this is why there's a slow demolition of the de-dollarization of the American dollar. And now you got the BlackRock secretly preparing, because they know something on the inside that other people on the outside about, the goyim, as the people, as they look at the people as don't seem to understand. That these financial readings and forecasts of the future are all been set up, and basically the market's rigged, just like you see rigged boxing matches and so on and so forth, thinking that the shit's real, and then you find out later that it was rigged from the beginning. Well, this whole financial system is rigged. That's why it talks about being a fraudulent system. It's backed by fraud. So, this is why you got to know the scriptures, because the Lord said, be circumspect, look around, watch as well as pray, because these are the things that's going to lead to the, basically the downfall of this wicked ass society, and ultimately, World War III, But in the midst of that, these devils are trying to set up their agenda of New World Order and all that, and they're crippling the society slowly but surely, man. But it's gonna backfire on them. It's not gonna work to their full fruition, if you will, for lack of a better word. So it says BlackRock secretly prepares for the US dollar to collapse. So they definitely know something that the average person doesn't know. So let's go straight to the scriptures. This is Ecclesiastes 12:3. It says, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. And that's the times that we're coming into, man. Because even some of these financial forecasters, man, if they're not on the inside, part of the in club, so to speak, part of the cabal, they're just functioning employees. They don't really know what's really going on. That whole market, financial market's been manipulated and controlled by the wicked elite. It's nothing but a rigged online game, basically, for them, regarding the commodities of the market, basically. All the numbers have been played with, basically, on a daily basis. This is in the day that it's like when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease. Yeah, because the unemployment rates can skyrocket once again. All of a sudden, people are going to be getting laid off of work. And that ESO wants to automate all these different services, Amazon and all these factory works and jobs. He wants machines to take over. So people are going to be getting laid off more and more from these big corporations, man. All of a sudden. says, and the grinders cease because there are few. It says, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Yeah, meaning the financial future, the forecast is not looking bright, man. And that's what the American dollar is bringing right now. It's looking dim for the US dollar, for its future. Because now you got these BRIC nations, they're all trying to basically trade with their own monetary systems and currencies, like the ruble and so on and so forth, the yen, the Russian currencies, the Chinese currencies, and so on and so forth. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets. It says, when the sound of the grinding is low, higher unemployment rates, more homelessness. It says, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And, that's self-explanatory regarding, creation of music. That shit is just trash right now. So this whole kingdom's trash, man. And the only thing left for this place is nuclear fire, man. Because that's what this place was ultimately built for anyway. I always mentioned the eighth head that came up out of the seven, prophesied in Revelations, the 17th chapter, which the eighth head represents America, that came about of the other seven European conglomerates, mainly of Great Britain. It says it was made to go into perdition, man. So America was never supposed to last the test of time, man. But it's the place where the New World Order was set up by the wicked elite, going back to May 1st, 1776. This is supposed to be that new world, or even going back to 1492 with this devil Cristobal Colon, man. Because these devils wanted to go to a new place to find a new world to bring forth their new world order. And America is that place. But it's going to be destroyed. It's Ezekiel 28:18. It says, thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities. And that's this whole system has been, built up and spawned off through iniquity. Especially through that debt note they call the American dollar, man. That's pushed nothing but iniquity throughout the four winds. I mean, just because of that American debt note, these devils have conquered nations, caused all kinds of contentions and proxy wars, stolen other people's lands and riches, just to increase in wealth, and keep themselves the number one nation in the world reserve currency on the face of the earth. They'll actually go start wars and go to war with other countries to remain the world reserve currency. Stay on top of the economic ladder, basically. But now they're going to get kicked off that ladder. So it says, because there's other players that are involved now. It says, thou hast defiled thy sanctuaries by the multitude of thine iniquities, by the iniquity of thy traffic, which goes into their merchandise. And nothing is made in America, as brothers have been bringing out from the apostles and elders, Great Millstone on down, man. Nothing is made in America no more. They outsourced all their work, for cheap labor and all that over there, and everything's made in China now. That's why the Chinese own lots of plots of different lands in different states in America. They have more fucking rights to the American land than most Americans do now, man, because everything's made in fucking China, and America gave them that right when they outsourced all their work to them. It says, therefore will I bring forth a fire from the midst of thee. So ultimately, what fire is that talking about? It's talking about the ICBM fire, the nuclear missiles, man. He says, it shall devour thee, and I will bring thee down. I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all them that behold thee. Yeah. And as for China, it talks about Asia being in the hope of Babylon, and they're both going to be destroyed. Asia and Babylon are going to be wiped out, because China isn't got next, and the Arabs definitely ain't got next. There been talks about the Arabs saying they're going to be the next superpower. That's not going to happen, man. Just stick to your UAE and your Dubai and all of that madness, man. That mirage, you thinking that's going to be the kingdom of heaven, because that's not going to last either, man. Once this whole kingdom goes down, Dubai is going to go down. All them skyscrapers over there, it's going to go down. The UAE, all that's going to go back to sand, man. The Lord going to obliterate all of that. All that's going to go back to sand. The Arabs ain't got next either. The Chinese definitely ain't got next. You gooks are going into slavery. Slanted-eyed bastards are going into slavery under the true powers of the earth, which is the Israelites, which is the Negroes, Latinos, the Native Americans, the ones that you call gollywogs and, gargoyles, or not gargoyles, but gollywogs, and the ones you hate and despise the most. Selling all that freaky-ass Chinese food in the ghetto and all that, man. So you other nations had your time. Time and chance happeneth to all men. It tells you in the book of Ecclesiastes. And your times are just about up, just like Esau, man. Because Esau's world is about to end. He's the end of this world, man. His time of rulership is done. And this is the last time the heathen nation's ever going to have power on the earth. Now it's time for Yasha to rule, man. Israel, the sons of the living power, man. The princes of the power, you know. They're going to rule the earth in righteousness under Yahweh Shai and King David forever and ever, man. This is, and I will bring thee to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all them that behold thee, which is all the nations on the face of the earth. And it says, all they that know thee among the people shall be astonished at thee. It says, thou shalt be a terror, and neither shalt thou be any more. Yeah, everyone's going to be astonished at the downfall and destruction of America, because America was supposed to be the, you know, the height of power that all these nations are basically alluring and dying to be like, and dying to be a part of. That's why they've had many transactions and many dealings with that whore that sitteth upon many waters, which represents America. She's had many lovers, man, you know, laid with many men, you know, got a lot of sperm cells in her bowel, so to speak, man, totally defiled. And that's why America, what you do with a whore once she's been, you know, used and abused, you discard of her by way of fire. So that's why ultimately America's going to be burnt with that fire, man, that nuclear fire from the ICBM missiles from Mother Russia, China, and so on and so forth. Even your own allies, you know, so-called NATO allies and EU allies are going to shoot their missiles on America, man, to burn that place with fire. Because everyone's getting fed up with America and the shenanigans, man, and their bullying tactics, man. You know, and they're breaking of their own laws, you know, because they're a bunch of hypocrites, man. What does the Lord say about the hypocrites? This should be burnt with the tabernacles of hypocrites shall be burnt with fire, roughly paraphrasing from Job, the 15th chapter. The tabernacles of bribery. So this is the last precept anyway. It says Zephaniah 1 and 11 says, how ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, and all that bear silver are cut off. Yeah, and Maktesh represents who? The great merchant city in America. So it's about to be cut down, man. So all that bear silver shall be cut off. Because just the time of their visitation from the Lord, the time of their iniquity, you know. Because, you know, as I said, America was never supposed to function forever and ever. That's that vain imagination of the heathen that the kingdom was going to continue forever and ever. But the Lord Yahweh Hashem Yahushua has got other plans for you devils. First and foremost, he's going to wipe out your whole habitation by way of fire. You know, destroy the borders of wickedness, modern day Bosra. That's why scriptures talk about there's going to be a sacrifice in Bosra, man. And then after that, once the smoke is cleared, you devils are going straight into slavery. Your wicked elite that are hiding around the rest of the world, they're going to be found and arrested, put chains on their asses, and they're going straight into slavery, man. You know, that's going to be the beginning of Esau's sorrows, man. It doesn't just end after the nuclear missiles, man. That's the beginning of your woes and sorrows, because you got 1,000 years of hardcore slavery to pay for, you know, you and the other nations. So that Esau's got hell to pay, man. So America's going to be wiped out. So verse 14, it says, verse 13, Slakia. It says, therefore their goods shall become booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build, but not inhabit them. And it says, and they shall plant a vine, but not drink of the wine thereof. And these are the curses that's coming from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai upon the modern day America, which is Babylon the Great. And where the 2/3 are going to be, you know, receiving judgment too, because 2/3 of our people want to keep the lights on, so to speak, in this society, but they're going to be part of the destruction too. It talks about they that are joined in hand with this devil are basically going to fall together. They're going to fail together, man. You know, because the Lord said the wicked shall not go unpunished, and that includes the 2/3 that want this place to go on, man. It says the great day of the Lord is near. It is near, and hasteth greatly. Yeah, we're very near. So it's even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty men shall cry there bitterly. Yes, so there's no saving of this place. There's no making America great again. There is no salvation for America, man. There's a straight destruction, demolitions and destruction of this whole society, man. One way or another. You know, this time next year, this place could be in stubble and rubble. Abba Ratazar, man. You know, that's what we pray for and hope for. Because we're looking for a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. You know, time to restore order, man. That's what Yahweh Shai is coming to do. Restore the balance, restore the force, restore order, man, in righteousness. It says that that day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble. We're coming into that time of Jacob's trouble. That's why we're waiting for your guy, DJ Trump, to get back into office in January, and we'll see how he's gonna, turn on you tribes, man. He's gonna turn on you two-thirdites out here. He's gonna show you that he never really loved you, man. He's gonna show you why in the reincarnation he was known as Caesar Nero and all that, and he's always hated you, because that's that perpetual hatred between Jacob and Esau, man. Once he starts deporting you and putting you in them detention camps and trying to execute you on sight, you'll see how much love he's got for you right then, since you think Trump's your savior. It says this is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress. It says a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, man. That's the times we're coming into, man. A day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers, because this whole place is going to get wiped out. It says, and I will bring distress upon men. It says that they shall walk like blind men. Yeah, zombified, man. Spiritually dead from the neck up. It says, because they have sinned against the Lord, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. It says, last verse, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. Yeah. So all this investing and thinking about, your future and all that in this place, that shit is, futile, man. That shit's not going to last, man. Because this place is going to go out with a bang, a nuclear bang, man. So all that trusting in your riches and all that, that's why it tells you riches profit nothing, little in the day of wrath. Roughly paraphrasing from Proverbs 11:4. Riches profit not in the day of wrath, if I'm saying it correctly. It says, neither their silver nor gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. Yeah, so you can't, no matter how many, even if you got crypto riches and all that shit's not going to mean nothing. All your digital zeros, that's going to go to zilch, man. That's going to come to naught once the nuclear fire touches ground zero, man. They ain't going to be able to deliver. You can have all the gold bullion and your vaults and all that shit all you want. That shit's just going to add to the fuel to the fire, because you're going to be melted by that shit. It says, neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. It says, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Yeah. So the 2/3, they're going to get fucked up. The ones that are settled on their lease. Esau and his financial forecast, the de-dollarization, ultimately, and this corrupt system going into the New World Order, that's going to be destroyed. That's all going into the lake of fire. And their gold and silver is not going to be to deliver them. Even tells you in Isaiah 13 that regarding the Medes, while they're shooting their nuclear missiles in America, it says they're not going to regard gold and silver. Meaning all the negotiations and talks of peace, that shit's going to go out the window, man. It's just straight war, just a war talk right now. You're not even talking, you're just hitting them with, all that nuclear power, man. Because that's what it's going to ultimately be. The war to end all wars, man. So we're in that time, getting closer and closer to that day. Abba Ratazar, man. So with that, close out, give all praises and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakach Kodash. Shalom to the hopeful and sincere elect.